We want to formally invite you to the Lux Dior channel, where you will see the behind the scenes and the day in the life of this fabulous pup, Miss Lux Dior. From modeling to film, from branding to boutiques, support animals, hosting, and puppy and me meals, everything that you'll find on this platform will be absolutely amazing and things that you can use. So I hope we see you soon. Please tune in, subscribe, join, follow us, all of the above. And we look forward to building a relationship with you. Hi, my name is Dee Morrow with LuxDior.co, and welcome to my kitchen. Okay, so we come now to our beef. I roasted this beef in a crock pot for 6 hours, and we used 2 of the seasonings here, the rosemary, basil, and fennel, and also the cilantro, tomato, and basil. 2 tablespoons of your rosemary blend and 1 teaspoon of your cilantro blend. I added 2 cups of bone broth and let that bake for the 6 hours. So now we have our nice roast, and looks pretty yummy. Also tastes really good. I tasted a little piece before you guys, so. All right, I think we've got a really nice piece there that will look pleasing to our pup. Okay, so to our broth that we actually had our dumplings in, we've pulled our dumplings out and set them to the side. I am now going to add some carrots. Wow, getting a little spicy in here in this kitchen, huh? And some celery. Now, one thing that I love about celery for your pets is it actually is wonderful for adding flavor to a meal, but also is a very healthy treat. If you have an overweight dog, adding celery to their diet is a wonderful choice for weight loss. Benefits of carrots, of course, is going to be for their vision. Has a lot of different vitamins and minerals that are in your natural vegetables as well. So we're just going to let those cook down to where they get tender, and we can add those to this plate. So we are going to add a pretty generous portion of beef to this. Place it right in the center. And as this is even cooking here, remember I said that it would thicken up a little bit with the flour. Let's just test this out a little bit here. Just to juicing that up a little bit. I'm gonna wait on the vegetables. We also, to our other set of dumplings, we're going to add chicken as well as the vegetables. So, thank you, handy dandy assistant. Hey, this is a real kitchen. That's all I can tell you. It's a real kitchen, okay? We're also going to do about 1/3 of a cup. I'm going to actually add this in here and let this start to cook with our vegetables. And there we go. So again, as we go through this, I actually cut up 2 whole chickens. So let me just talk about a little bit of pricing real quick. I love to shop in bulk and then break it down once I get home. This helps me to be able to maximize my pennies on my dollar, okay? So 2 whole chickens, I actually spent $10 for, and I baked them and then actually took the legs and the wings off. I let my grandkids have that for lunch yesterday, and I cut up the 2 chickens. And so this way I can actually store this in the refrigerator. I can add this to our morning omelets are for us as well when I fix our omelets in the morning, and then also adding them to the different meals. So again, when I talk about maximizing the money, 2 whole chickens at $10 is a steal, and you can make so many meals with this. Also, I went to Costco's and I got the roast. If you've ever been to Costco's, normally whenever you get a roast, it has 2 nice, generous pieces of roast in one package. I literally paid, I think it was $16 for, so $8 a piece on these roasts. We only used one, and this will actually feed not only my pup but my family as well. I'll end up cutting this up and dicing it, and I'll actually add this to multiple things and make multiple meals with that. This is how I actually manage to have a month's worth, if not more sometimes, of puppy toppers for 20 bucks a month. So once you pay 20 bucks for a bag of your dry kibbles, and then you do 20 bucks and you have a month's worth of toppers, now your dog feels like they have the most amazing life. Their dinners and all their meals are so much more flavorful, and so they're excited when it comes to meal time. Not just simply because they're hungry, because they're excited about what has mom made for me now. So if you want your pet to be the envy of all the other pets in the neighborhood, try out some of these recipes. I'm sure they'll bark about it. Hi, my name is Dee Morrow with LuxDior.co, and welcome to my kitchen. All right, we are smoking. So our next item is going to be our lamb chops. Now, this is a personal favorite for the family as well as Miss Lux. So first things first, I've got our skillet hot, and I'm using my cast iron with the grits just for the aesthetic. So I love to be able to see, when I sear the meat, you see the little lines on there. So while that's getting hot, we'll pull our lamb chops out and we'll season these. One of my favorite things when I'm seasoning our lamb chops is to use rosemary. It's very, what's the word I want to use? That aroma just makes you feel like it's definitely going to be yummy. So we have rosemary, basil, and fennel, and we're going to just take these face down and lay on our hot. I love the sound. And the smell is amazing. So I'm just going to season the tops of these here so that it's already seasoned once I'm ready to flip. Again, benefits for this is going to be it's heart healthy, immune system healthy, helps with the digestive system, all of those wonderful things that your puppy definitely needs. And here we go. So basically what you want to do is just to be able to sear your meat, maybe a minute or 2 each side, because we're actually going to take this from the skillet. We're going to put it in the cast iron pot, and we're going to actually put it in the oven. Now, typically what I do with these is I will, look at that. See those lines on there? I'll typically put this in and let them cook slowly for about 2 hours. And again, these are normally going to be my Sunday meals. Sunday meals are those good home, good Southern style meals. So you're always going to see some gravy, some potatoes, some cheese is going to be somewhere. So with this, again, this one is going to be not your typical 30-minute, but sear on both sides, and then we're going to add to the pot. So as I'm saying that, we'll move over and grab my pot. To my pot to prepare it, I'm going to do about a half a cup of water. And then I'm also going to do about a half a cup of broth. I'm going to pour that in. Mix that up. I am now going to turn my heat off, and I'm going to season my broth with the same seasoning. Again, that is your rosemary, basil, and fennel. That did a few dashes, but it should be equivalent to about a teaspoon, teaspoon and a half. From there, I'm going to take my lamb chops and I'm going to stick them right in that broth. I'm going to take, cover, and they're going to the oven. Now, I'd actually prepare this. So I need my gloves because this one's gonna be hot. So in this particular pot that we already have ready for you, slide this over. I'm actually gonna come over here. This pot was prepared for the family. So remember when I said those puppy and me meals? This here, it's so delicious. I made this. I prepared it exactly how I said, with the 2 tablespoons of your rosemary, basil, and fennel, 1 teaspoon of your cilantro, tomato, and basil, and a dash of the turmeric and ginger I threw in there. So again, you can mix and mingle how all of these seasonings however you would like. I did that and added multiples of those because we're going to eat these as well. So with that being said, we'll pull these out. Now for your pup, they can eat lamb chops, the bones raw, but you really want to take these bones out after you cook them. They're not as healthy for the pup once they've been cooked. So I'm gonna move this over so that you can see. And I believe that I can actually probably just slide this bone out of there. I can. Da da da. That was pretty fascinating. I think so myself. Okay, so with this, I'm actually going to prepare to plate. So with this, oh my gosh, so another favorite of not only my family, but my pup as well, is we do these potatoes. So you know what? Let me actually show you how to do these. These are layered potatoes. I slice very thin. I layer them with mozzarella, bacon, and then again, potatoes, mozzarella, and bacon, and run those in the oven for about 5 to 7 minutes, just to make sure that your potatoes is cooked all the way through. Cheese is melted and they are delicious. So we'll show you that and we'll get these plated. Hi, my name is Dee Morrow with LuxDior.co, and welcome to my kitchen. Okay, so next up we're going to do chicken and dumplings and beef and dumplings. When I make this for my family, traditionally I will make these dumplings from scratch. But for video purposes today, I used 1 cup of the Bisquick mix. Making this using the biscuit recipe that's on the back of the box will make this easy for you, and it gives you a great consistency. This measurement here is about 3/4 cups of milk. I'm actually going to pour about half of that to get us started. And you know what? Let me grab a spoon here. And we'll mix this way. What I'm looking for is more of a doughy consistency. And I do want it to be a little firm. That's a little too firm, so we'll add a little bit more milk here. Just a dash. I don't want it to be too sticky, but I do want it to be pliable. So with that being said, while we have this being mixed, I also have on the burner my broth. So today we're using the beef bone broth that is specifically made for dogs. But if you're using this to cook for your family as well, then definitely just use a low sodium beef bone broth or whatever bone broth you decide to use. I'm also going to use in this particular one a mix. I'm going to use some of the cilantro, tomato, and basil. I'm going to add that in there. This is actually a teaspoon measurement, and I'm also going to use the rosemary, basil, and fennel. All right, and then this is going to be packed full of flavor. I'm sure your pup will devour this. So as we move over here, we're actually going to roll out our dough. So I'm gonna add some flour to my counter. Told you this is gonna get messy, and my roller's rolling away. So I'm gonna spread this out here. So now we're gonna go in and we're gonna cut. I want a nice sized dumpling here. And note this is gonna swell. So really about there. We're gonna cut those edges off and make this nice and pretty. Okay. Our broth has come to a boil already. So now we're just going to politely drop those in there. Again, the flour from our dumplings is going to actually help us to create a gravy for the topper of our dumplings. So much to be said here, huh? Yep. Getting a good one is sometimes a challenge. All right. We'll pause there. Hi, my name is Dee Morrow with LuxDior.co, and welcome to my kitchen. For our loaded cheese and potato bites, we're gonna take thinly sliced potatoes. Then I'm gonna take a few of those and put it into a bigger bowl just so that I'll have a little room to move that around for the seasoning. I'm gonna take extra virgin olive oil, drizzle that there. I'm also taking, again, this is the Lux Dior rosemary, basil, and fennel seasoning. I'm going to do that in there. And then we're gonna just kind of toss those around. So we want the oil to be on there. We want the seasonings to get through there. And now we're gonna do a little puzzle. And we're just going to layer a potato on the bottom of our cupcake pan. We're going to add cheese. Then we're going to add bacon. Everybody loves bacon. Now, I did pre-done pieces of bacon. You can also use bacon bits for this. And then we're just going to continue to layer those. Again, this is a very flavorful potato for you as well as your pup. That's the wrong potato. This is real time, guys. All right, last but not least, let's top with a little more cheese, and then we can run these in the oven. All done. So as we speed up and we come back, I have some that are pre-done. I'm actually gonna just top those a little bit with a little more seasoning there, just for looks. And then as we go to plate, we'll add our lamb chop. And you know what? I want to do that like that. From our pot, we'll add the gravy. Can you see that? A little gravy never hurt anybody. And there we go. We've got lamb chops and loaded potatoes.